Top 10 A2 Maxi scooters for 2025. In this video, we're going to be running down the top 10 best Maxi scooters available for those riding on an A2 licence in 2025. Starting off our list today, at number 10, we have the Lexmoto XDV 300, a Maxi that did extremely well across our social channels after its release back in late 2022. Coming packed with a 279cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder engine, the XDV is capable of producing 25.5 horsepower and reaching top speeds of up to 81 miles per hour. Again, we're not seeing a huge amount of power behind this scoot, however, I think it makes a great step up from a 125. The 300 has also been built with adventure-steered riding in mind. This can be seen in the full KYB suspension, long travel USD forks, gas-charged rear shocks with adjustable preload, as well as all-terrain tyres. For 2025, you will be able to pick yourself up a brand new Lexmoto XDV 300 for just £4,259. Onto pros, and it's packed with some great features, especially considering its price point. It also comes packed with plenty of storage. Onto cons, and brakes could be improved, and the touring capabilities do have a big question mark beside them. This is due to the smallish 13.5 litre tank and also the quoted top speed of up to 81 miles per hour. Onto number 9, we have the Zontes ZT310-M. Coming equipped with a 309cc Bosch fuel injection engine, the 310 is capable of producing 32.8 horsepower and 32 Nm of torque at 5,500 RPM. Okay, no, it's not going to be the most powerful or likely to blow your socks off. However, it is a Maxi that does its job extremely well, all for the price of £3,999. Onto tech, and you will find an adjustable windshield, USB charging, tyre pressure monitoring, LED lights and ABS all as standard, which, when you consider this is a rather affordable offering from a Chinese manufacturer, leaves you quite pleasantly surprised. The point was only further confirmed when I got to see this Maxi in the flesh back in November at MCL. It's clear to see that it's been made with quality parts, and it's just another prime example of a Chinese manufacturer really closing the gap between their competitors. Onto pros, and it's good quality and from an upcoming Chinese manufacturer. It also has a really comfortable riding position. Onto cons, and it lacks storage, especially under the seat, and it's Chinese produced, meaning it won't be for everyone. Number 8 today goes to the one and only Kymco DTX320, a bike we recently got to review a couple of years back. Kymco created the DTX320 with one sole purpose, to rival the ADV 350. Starting with price, in 2025 the DTX will cost £5,299. To put that into perspective, the Honda ADV 350 will cost £5,899, meaning you could save over £600. Other neat features of the DTX 320 include keyless ignition, traction control, ABS, a large windscreen and a TFT display, all as standard. Pair that with the liquid-cooled motor putting out 28.2 horsepower and you have a great looking Maxi, packed with just enough tech, making for a great commuter scooter. Onto pros, and it has decent fuel economy, also outstanding comfort and ease of use. Onto cons, and it has stiff suspension, meaning that the adventure aspects are purely for show, and it may struggle in raw performance. Sitting at 7th, we have the all-new and updated 2025 BMW C400X. Powering this little beauty, you will find 350cc water-cooled single-cylinder engine pumping out a rather respectable 34 horsepower and 35 Nm of torque. Compare that to the XDV we mentioned before. This Maxi has plenty more ponies to play with. Onto tech, and the 400 comes equipped with a brand new 6.5-inch TFT display with the BMW Motorrad connectivity, ABS Pro with dynamic brake control, LED lights all around, a USB socket, as well as ride-by-wire. All in all, the C400X has some of the best tech and specs seen on our list today. The only downside is that it does come in at the price of £6,940, which in some cases is almost double what you'd be paying for some of the other models that are just as good. Onto pros, and it has good handling and a 50-50 weight distribution. Onto cons, and suspension could be better, and the standard windscreen isn't adjustable. Up next, we have the Sym Maxsym TL 508. With a displacement of 508cc, the twin-cylinder engine delivers a maximum of 45.5 ponies and 49.9 Nm of torque, making it one of the best Maxis in terms of performance within the A2 class. However, it's not just the performance that catches my eye about this bike. For me, it is quite arguably one of the best looking. Admittedly, it is very ADV-esque, and that is thanks to its aggressive body shape, adjustable windscreen, 4 reflective LED headlights, and LED optical film rear taillight. In terms of spec, you will find 275mm wave disc brakes with ABS, multi-link suspension, reaction control, keyless ignition, as well as a unique large TFT display with smartphone connectivity, all for the price of £7,699. On to pros, and it's great for commuting and sporty road riding. It's also stable and well balanced. On to cons, and it's not the best option for taller riders. When the time comes when you need insurance for a new bike, or it's time to renew, make sure you go directly to lexhaminsurance.co.uk or click in the top right hand corner now to get a quote direct with them. They have several exclusive schemes only available at Lexham, so you could save yourself a bit of money. Now coming on to 5th place is the trusty Suzuki Burgman 400, one of the longest standing maxi scooters to date. For the price of £7,199, you will find yourself an all-new retuned 400cc 4-stroke engine, which produces a maximum of 29 horsepower and 35.2 Nm of torque, all whilst complying to the all-new Euro 5 Plus regulations set in place for 2025. Onto suspension, and something interesting about the Burgman is that it is by far more advanced than most of the other maxis on this list, thanks to its twin shock setup, adjustable for preload. In terms of spec, the latest model of the Burgman sports a revised dashboard with clear, simpler instruments, plenty of storage, and a USB power socket. So by no means is it groundbreaking. However, there's a reason why the Burgman has sold and stuck around for so many years. It's a tried and tested formula that clearly works. Onto the pros, and it has smart styling and excellent road presence. It's also very comfortable and makes for a great ride. On to cons, and it is very heavy. It also could be improved with a little more horsepower. Just missing out on a top 3 spot today, we have the Piaggio Beverley 310, your typical Italian commuter scooter. The new 310 variation of the Beverley stands out from most on this list because of its big wheels and slim profile. It's so very European looking, and that could be the reason why it sells better there than it does over here in the UK. Whatever the reasons, there's no denying that it looks great. Putting looks aside, it also comes with lots of practicality in the form of a USB port, under-seat storage, a luggage rack, LED lights, and a pokey little 310cc Euro 5 engine as standard. It also graces us with that legendary Piaggio quality. Overall, if you want something that looks slightly different from your traditional Maxi, but is still as friendly, the Beverley 310 is well worth a look. On to pros, and it has a brand new Euro 5 Plus 310cc engine. It's also a great urban commuting option. On to the cons, and the European-inspired styling won't be for everyone, and this will also mean that it comes at a higher price point. Another con is that I do wish it came packed with a few more spec features. Our 3rd spot today goes to the Peugeot XP400 GT, a Maxi that has been long awaited in the UK scooter scene. Powered by a beastly 400cc power motion engine, the XP400 packs away a maximum power output of 36.7 horsepower and 38 Nm of torque. Pair this with the LFE technology and low RPM, and you have a Maxi that's built for pleasant yet economical commuting. However, it is not just the performance that gives this Maxi the sporty edge. Coming equipped with a 2-tone body, adjustable smoked windshield, aluminium footrests and cross-spoke wheels, the XP400 looks sporty and aggressive, making for that top-notch road presence. Again, this was another Maxi I got to see at MCL and left me seriously impressed, hence why I think it deserves one of the top spots on my list today. So, if you are tempted by the Peugeot XP400 GT for 2025, you will be looking at paying £7,899. It is admittedly one of the more expensive offerings. However, if you do have a little extra wiggle room in your budget, then I think this is one to have a look at. Onto the pros, and the looks and styling for me get a 10 out of 10. It's also got one of the most powerful engines on our list. Onto cons, and it is one of the more expensive offerings. In at number 2, we have a Maxi that has been coined an urban commuter dream, the Yamaha XMAX 300. Packing a 292cc 4-stroke engine, the XMAX is capable of producing a rather respectable 27.6 horsepower and 29 newton meters of torque. Perfect for either trips around the town or those longer commutes to work in the morning. Other standout details come in the form of tech, including LED lights, a 4.3-inch LCD display with smartphone connectivity, as well as a smart key system and traction control. And if you would prefer an XMAX with a little less power to suit an A1 licence, why not check out the XMAX 125? It goes without saying that the XMAX is the full package Maxi from Yamaha. The only downside to this is that it will cost you a few £100 more than some of the other offerings, coming in at £6,208, but I'd argue it's well worth it. Onto pros, and it's a great A2 Maxi option. It's also been built well, and it's a great offering for a reliable manufacturer. Onto cons, and it would be nice if it had a few more ponies behind it. Stealing the show and sitting at number 1 is the Honda Forza 350. The 350 is the middle sibling of the Forza family, coming equipped with a 330cc engine, pumping out 31.5 newton meters of torque and 29 horsepower. By no means is this going to be the fastest option on our list, nor is it pushing the A2 restriction limits. However, it is more than enough for the average commuter in mind. Moving on to tech, and the 350 comes packed with a 5-inch TFT display with smartphone connectivity, smart key ignition, updated and improved DCT, which is dual clutch transmission, and LED lights all around as standard. All inspired by its bigger 750 brother. For 2025, the Forza 350 starts from £5,899 and comes in 5 different colourway options, with the Nightster Black being my personal favourite. Onto pros, and it feels comfortable and able on fast and slower roads. It also comes packed with some really great tech and spec. Onto cons, and the LCD display could be improved. The seat is also slightly too wide and tall. Enjoyed that video? Let me know your favourite for 2025. Please give us a like, subscribe, and why not check out another one of our videos just here. See ya!